Monsieur?
100 men they were, as they set out to fight for their country's back.
Malfash's blessings. Come back anytime.
Oh,
What would you like to hear?
Wild mages in the temple? Grandmaster Aranthiel
Sure.
is as unusual as his reputation suggests, it seems.
Huh? What do you want?
Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you? Let me see. Yeah. Malphus bless this body, rid it of its afflictions and endow it with life, path abidingness and... what it is? Now that's quite the question you're asking there. But fine. For one, it is the name of holy writing that encompasses both the revelation of the Lightborn after the fall of the Eterna King Azataron, and the journey of the first vassals to Enderal, who founded this country. It also tells us the virtue of the path, the ideals by which every Endralean should live, which is the only way to salvation. Secondly, it is the holy calling of each Endralean citizen. Yes. Only a people united in flesh and spirit shall prevail throughout the ages. Verse 39. There's the path of the manufacturers, whose hard work provides for the iron and food of our people. Then there's the path of the erudites, who follow professions that require higher knowledge, such as scribery and alchemy. And then there are the sublime, who were born to lead our country. Within one's path, a person is free to choose, but to cross those borders is almost always blasphemy. There are exceptions in which a soul's destiny unveils only later in its life. For example, there was Laura Mortarblade, who was born to the manufacturer's path, but who became one of the most fabled keepers of Enderal. But they are what they are, exceptions. Yes. Now don't tell me you've never heard of that before. It is recounted the same way in the entire civilized world. It was the Lightborn who saved this world from the chaos it fell into after Azataron's death. Yes, Enderal was, other than countries such as Nerim, Kira, or wherever you come from, an uncharted land. It was Malphus himself who showed a young couple, Selna and Keteron, but it would take far too long to recite that entire tale, and I doubt you have that much time. If you are interested in their journey, I suggest you read The Path. It is good for the soul anyway, even for an outlander. You are welcome, child. Walk blessed.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
100 men they were, as they set out to fight for their country's...
Huh? What do you want? Mister? Yes?
Greetings.
If only that man knew a thing or two about reliability.
Hey! You're an adventurer, aren't you? Have you been to... Oh,
Yes?
how do they say it? Melee? My dad told me that's where the petrified live.
Oh, you're an outlander, aren't you? The Golden Sickle is the oldest merchants' guild here on Ark. We represent nearly half of this land's trading power, from dates to shadow steel. And, of course, we advocate for path-abiding trade in the name of the Lord. Yes, contrary to some other so-called businessmen, we respect the holy verses when doing trade. We stand for hard work, path-abidingness, and love of our craft. Well, that's simple. Whoever wants to be part of our guild has to work towards the benefits of all other Circle merchants. He or she swears to respect our principles and pays a monthly token fee to the guild, depending on the volume of his sales. In return, that merchant benefits from our contacts and is eventually granted the Golden Sickle's badge, which marks him as a merchant of trust.
Oh,
Walk
blah,
blessed.
blah, blah. Boring.
Why, of course. Tomorrow you can move into the guild's house and Mal DeLorean will come to wash your feet. I like you, you know that? You're still so green and honest. That's a rare sight in this trade. If you're after the badge, yes. But you don't seem like the merchant type to me. Well, that's not a problem, however. With the right attitude, we'll guard the holy dealings of the Sickle, of course. Only a fool would send... But let's not get carried away, shall we? If you're really planning to get hired as a vassal... Now, if it isn't the hero of the Farmer's Coast... Well, your story about Hafner turned out to be true. He really did poison Hurius's cows. The stable boy saw him do it, but was too afraid to report it. So, in case you really do care, Hafner will be on trial next month, and I doubt his sentence will be mild. Anyway, concerning your question, yes, there is more to do. Uncomplicated work, good pay. Interested? Well, it's simple. At the moment, there's a caravan on its way to Ark, carrying Duneville fruit and peaceweed. I need you to deliver a message to the caravan's leader, Rhodos. Then report back to me. That's it. that Scarab men wear no underclothes when they venture into battle. I want you to deliver the message, not ponder on its contents. Understood? Well, that's up to you to find out. They should be on the Penny Road by now. Just a couple of days' ride from Ark. Just follow the road. You'll find them eventually. Good luck.
You're not from here, are you? I heard you talk. Hey! You're an adventurer!
Yes?
Ça va courir, Alex!
Brass.
Sir?
You're an adventurer,
Walk blessed. I beg your pardon? Wait. Again, from the beginning. By the righteous path. The Guildmaster must learn of this at once. And, wait, what did you say these assassins look like? Huh. Was their armor all black? And did they speak a language that sounded like gibberish to you? Petrified. By Malthus. Well, this is worse than I expected. The hired killers, the best of their kind. Have you never heard of them? Apparently their temple, as they call it, or their headquarters, is on a small island called Milea, a deserted city. But now is not the time for history lessons. Whoever has enough money to hire the petrified is dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't like your tone. But if your life depends on it, no, it wasn't. And yes, I was afraid something might happen, but nothing like this. The entire caravan murdered. By the seven, this is bad. As I said, Guildmaster DeLorean needs to learn about this. Did you find anything on the corpses? Documents, perhaps? Rhodos's amulet. Oh, by Malphus. DeLorean will not like this. Give it to me. The Guildmaster will want to have it. Give me back that letter. We have to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Thanks. Here, take this. It's a paycheck, and you can hand it in at the bank. Now, excuse me. I have to make some arrangements. Oh, by the seven, this is not going to be pleasant. Walk blessed. Well, a bit of everything. Just look for yourself. Walk blessed.
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions,
of no one knows from whence he came. His house. Who are you?
Is it important? Hello?
Hello, how may I be of service? Penny pouches. So that old man found himself a new errand boy, did he? Show me. Yes, this looks solid indeed. Here is your money.
Now, if it isn't the hero of the hour. Word of the stunt you pulled with those petrified got around. Mael DeLorean himself wishes to see you. I strongly assume he's planning to hire you as a protector. Congratulations on that. Oh, you did? I'm impressed. Particularly since he's the Grand Master of this guild. In the guild house, just on the other side of the street. Now hurry, he doesn't like to be kept waiting. If that's what snappy sounds like to you, maybe you should consider a change of profession. I heard the bathing house is still looking for harlots. Oh, there is no problem. At least not a problem that needs resolving. Let me put it this way. I'm impressed by how you, without a moment's hesitation, used the tragic events at the caravan site for your own advantage. But I guess that's just how this world works. Business is business. Forget about it. You wouldn't understand even if I told you. Walk blessed.
Take a seat. Yes? Yes? Good. Thank you for coming. I'm Mael DeLorean, by my path Guild Master of the Golden Sickle. What is your name? Well met, I'll be frank. You're an outlander, and that makes you pathless. And I'm sure you know by now that the Golden Sickle is more than just a band of merchants. It's a citadel of traditional values in a time when they hardly exist anymore. Still, I believe that everyone has the right to prove themselves, pathless or not. And when you fought those assassins, you did just that, even though you were too late. So, as promised, I'll make it short. I want to promote you to the rank of Protector. That sounds just like him. You know, there were times when Mindalus was young and full of ideals. But his behavior these days continues to remind me that those times are long past. I suppose he thinks your promotion is unfair to the other recruits. But you're fit for the task. Even he should see that. It does. But the circumstances are anything but ordinary. How? With floors made of marble and statues of gold? This is not a brothel for nobles. It's a place of work. And in my experience, that kind of nonsense does one thing above all else: distract. The same as working for the trading post. Only you will no longer have to waste your skills on running errands. You promise to honor the principles of the Golden Sickle, and to never act out against it or its members. In return, you will be granted a good pay and path-abiding honest work. Work that other Outlanders would give their left hand for, if I may say that. You don't have to be. You help the sickle when it needs help, and you get paid. That's it. Good. Can you read and write? Excellent. This contract contains what we expect from you in written form. Read it, sign it, and then we can start. Yes? Excellent. Then we can start right away. Are you ready for your first assignment as a protector? Before I tell you, I have to ask you something. Are you familiar with the Blue Islands Coalition? The Blue Islands Coalition is a league of powerful merchants from the belt of Killet. I take it you've heard about the civil war on Killet. It has been going on for 2 years now. Recently, the Council of Elders, which is made up of mostly wealthy merchants in Killet, succeeded in restoring rudimentary order. That is, if a dictatorship by those cutthroats can be called order. Blasphemous rumors about the supposed death of the Lightborn. It's ridiculous when you say it out loud like that. But the Killayans never were a God-fearing people to begin with. I suppose some of the elders were behind those rumors. They wanted all the power for themselves, so they spread a rumor that the gods were dead, and that it was time for a new order to arise. At first it was just a few remaining servants of the Lightborn against the usurpers. Then the latter started turning on each other. Thousands of people died. Although the Killayans brought this upon themselves, it's still a tragedy. It affects trade. Since the Civil War, the prices for spices, cane sugar, and Killayan cloth have exploded. And while some might profit from this, most merchants don't. But this situation should settle down now that the war is over, and it's not the topic of this discussion. I need you because some days ago an emissary of the Blue Islands Coalition arrived in Ark. Yes, but it's no ordinary visit. We'll talk of that later. I don't. But that's a different story. I want you to meet this emissary and give him this letter. It's a written invitation to come to the guild's house for dinner. We are talking about a representative of one of the world's most powerful merchant guilds. This is not an ordinary errand. Well, finding that out will be part of your job. But I suppose he's somewhere in that city where there are colorful clothes and shining jewels. Killayans are drawn to that kind of flashiness like children to sweets. Now go. Come back to me once you've delivered the message. just have to work if you want to achieve something. It's just how it is.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
Walk blessed.
He no talk to Dul. He not bad. Talk to others.
Anyone?
Emissary. He talk about the jam? The jam not here. The jam other place. Perhaps Dul can remember, but he needs to help his memory. Dul's memory old and full of holes. Like cheese. Oh, he wants fight. Dul knows fight. Show Dul what you made of. Fine. He won. Dul wants no pain. The Sham went bathing in house with many waters. He go look there. He has what he came here for. Go now. Leave Dul alone.
Hear my words, O Path, of this holy city.
One day, I'm gonna be an adventurer, and I'm gonna explore the entire world.
Walk blessed. Has my sir come to indulge in the hot springs of the Larkses? Or is my sir simply looking for a place to forget about life's daily sorrows? In either case,
he will be required to pay a toll of 57 pennies. Unfortunately, a man with such a name is not known to me.
Let him in. I'll pay.
My dame, you should cover yourself.
Just where did I put it? Let's talk downstairs, shall we? I want to indulge in these beautiful springs for as long as I can. As far as I know, yes. Dija Monelis, daughter of Geran, emissary of the Blue Islands Coalition, and newcomer to this wonderful city. But let's save the introductions for later, shall we? It's cold up here. Really need that purple essence for my hair. By the 7. What has got the people of this country in such a hurry? Wipe that uptight look off your face and come on down.
Walk black, or is my sir simply looking for... Unfortunately, a man with such a name is not known to me.
Let him in. I'll pay.
My dame, you should cover yourself.
Let's talk downstairs, shall we? But let's save the introductions for later. It does. Come on down.
Walk west.
That's just how it is.
What is it? Are you coming? Depends on the business, I guess. So, I take it you're the welcoming party from the Sickle, am I right? I was told someone would contact me as soon as we landed, but for the past 2 days no one has. I thought I might as well take a look around the city. Even though this city has certainly seen better days, at least according to the gossip. Red madness, lost ones in the forests, crazed brigands. Phew! I'm sure they have their reasons. I have, but I've been warned that this Deloran is a... how shall I say... a complicated character. I'm important, and I'll let you feel just how important by letting you wait. But who cares? Once an idiot, always an idiot. Now, aren't you curious? But fine, why not? We want to buy an artifact from the Sickle. An ancient and powerful one. One of unmatched value. 2 golden testicles from a Vatir, each of them weighing 3 pounds. Of course I am. Jokes aside, I would be a bad merchant if I went around gossiping with confidential information, wouldn't I? Don't take it personally. Show me. Formal supper in the guild's house with Deloran himself. Oh my, this is going to be an evening full of jesting and good humor. You can tell Deloran I'll be there. Thanks for delivering the message. Charming.
Ah, one more thing before you go. You're Inal. I've heard that accent before, but I just can't put my finger on it. Where are you from?
Of course, that was it. And how is it that a traveler like you is now running errands for the Golden Sickle? Uh-huh. Anyway, good luck with whatever you do next. Ah, and if you're in the mood for it, apparently there's a Chilean minstrel group in this city, and they perform in the tavern just next to the bathing house. I'll stay there for the time being, and I wouldn't mind a good chat. Now, aren't you subtle? Then walk blessed, as people here like to say.
Some shifts never end.
Potion to cure red madness. Wouldn't that be something?
I have books, scrolls,
Walk blessed, my sir.
Bok bless it, sir.
Yes? Yes? She? Oh, wonderful. That changes a lot. Not if they understand the meaning of responsibility and discipline. And unfortunately, that's not the norm. Now you'll get your pay. Go talk to Penny Pouches. I will contact you if your services are needed once again, which will most likely be very soon. Farewell. There's one more thing. This Dijam. What's your take on her? Most Kalayans are, as long as it serves their ends. Now go. You'll hear from me. Yes? 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 She? Oh, wonderful. Not if they understand the meaning of... Now I will contact you if your service... Farewell. There's one more thing. This Dijam. I will be. Thank you. Now go. You'll hear from me.
Walk blessed.
Of course. Your pay for having a chit-chat with that woman. Here, I think that is more than enough. Well, aren't you the eager one? Does all that money whet your appetite? But no, not at the moment. Oh, hang on. You know a thing or two about beating up people, don't you? Well, there might be something. Landlord Boric recently complained about rats in his granary, and we agreed to send him a ratter. That would be a job for you, wouldn't it? I can't do that.
Guildmaster DeLorean sent me. It's about this new protector. Do you know where he is? Oh, of course, sorry. It's just... I didn't know what you looked like. Master DeLorean wishes to see you, my sir. At once, he said. It seemed to be something important.
Why? What's this about? The caravan?
Forgive me, my sir, but I don't know. Master DeLorean asked explicitly for the new protector.
Uh-huh. And it seems someone else has to take care of the rats. Off you go. The Guildmaster doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have
The weary
books,
traveler
scrolls,
needs.
potions.
Yes, you have heard right.
Always forward, always forward. Forward for the glory and honor. The spear.
Fine vintage. So many strange faces. Well, isn't it nice? Yes? What are you doing
No, look at that. You came. Didn't think you would. So, what's your take on this contemporary sample of Chilean dancing? Well, that doesn't mean you can't have an opinion, does it? Anyway, how about a sip of wine? Rounds are on me.
I thought you were still in Duneville.
Ah, hello. Well, I was, until recently. But seriously, things are
Come,
starting to
take
get
a seat.
quite dicey down there. Lost ones all over the desert. Bone rippers.
So, before we move on to more pleasant topics, there is one thing I need to get off my chest first. I heard of the, paper chase you had to go through to find me. I know, he's pulled that stunt on others before. He speaks perfect Nail, by the way. That whole "I only stupid Chilean" thing is part of the act. In that sense, thanks for teaching him a lesson. It was overdue. But anyway, tell me, what brought you here? Just where exactly from Nerim are you from? I'm curious. That's why I asked. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, this is precisely why I find it so interesting that so many people accuse us Chileans of being greedy or dishonorable. I mean, just take a look around. Are the other nations of the civilized world really so much better? We've got Nerim, which was recently split into 3 and devastated by 3 madmen. I don't need to tell you about that. Then there's Kira, with its fabled free thinking in universities. But every 2 weeks there's a new attempt at revolution with at least 3 dozen corpses. And don't get me started on Arc-Twinned Arizale or this place. What I'm trying to say is, yes, there's poverty on the Blue Islands. On Chile, and yes, there are problems. But we are free. Neither Morala nor the Elder Council tell us what to do, and no matter how dire the circumstances you're born into, life is what you make of it. So it's basically the opposite of this excuse for a country. Anybody can become rich, famous, or, if they want to, live an eremite's life on the beach. As long as they can go through with it. Then sure, there are exceptions. But in my experience, those who never made it brought it on themselves. I know. That's why you're different from the rest of the people here. You know, I know what it means to have to fight for something. Unlike that snot DeLorean, I wasn't born with a bag of gold stuffed up my ass. But instead of wallowing in self-pity or listening to the priests talk about how everything gets better once you're dead, I took responsibility for my own fate. If a dust-sniffing loser as a father and a clump-footed, half-witted brother qualify as not exactly noble, then yes. I don't want to talk about it. Was. Merciful as the gods were, they blessed him with a deadly fever at the age of 10. Probably better that way. An addict and a failure. Do you know the kind of person who does nothing all day long but whine about how unfair the world is? Take that and throw in 2 sacks of droge and there you have him. Jaran Onelis. My esteemed creator and one of the reasons I spent most of my childhood eating dust and insects for breakfast. It was. I have, and I'm only getting started. You should see them, all these losers who I grew up with. Yes, they were dealt a tough hand, but instead of grabbing fate at its throat, they just went through their lives with their heads bowed and nodding at everyone. I'll never understand how people can be that way. Anyway, let's not go further into this. I'd say we make a cut here, shall we? It's late and I should see how my crew is doing. It was a pleasure, Protector. Until next time.
Oh, you're an Outlander, aren't you? From Araziel. Your skin, it looks,
Him? Dark as the sun, light as the night.
A penny, my sir? Thank you. That's really generous. May his light guide you. Ah!
Hear my words, O Path of Fighting.
Hungry for
Mm-hmm.
Walk blessed, my son. Walk blessed, my sir.
As I said, without samples, I just can't say, my sir. I am sorry.
I understand. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I don't have better news.
There you are. Thank you for coming so quickly. Look for yourself. Rhodus Trevian. I still remember when he was first hired in the trading post, similar to the way you were. Do you remember him? He led the caravan that was ambushed by those assassins. Rhodus was an urchin child from the Undercity, but unlike the others, he chose to fight his way out of his misery. Eventually, he made it into the sickle. He was a disciplined, honest young man. Yet despite all his ambition, he never sought to surpass his path. As I said, his career was hard not to notice. He never let the sickle down, not once. He was a good person, always striving, yet with deep respect for tradition. There aren't many young people like that these days. I still remember when I granted him the Sickles badge, 4 winters ago. He was so proud. I know it was you that brought it back to the trading post. I think it would have meant a lot to him, knowing that it isn't rotting somewhere in the desert sands. Suffice it to say, there has been a disquieting development. I understand. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I don't have better news.
There you are. Thank you for coming so quickly. I don't think that's the right word for it. Rhodus Trevian. I still remember when he was first hired in the trading post, similar to the way you were. Do you remember him? He led the caravan that was ambushed by those assassins. Rhodus was an urchin child from the Undercity. Eventually, he made it in. He was a disciplined, honest young man. Yet despite all, as I said, he was... I know it was you that brought it back to the trading. Suffice it to say, there has been a disquieting development. We've found traces of poison in some of the corpses. Traces of Chilean poison. The petrified are sellswords, pathless and despicable people. But in the end, they are weapons, tools. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, who sent them? You say that so lightly. I think it's about time you learn the whole truth about this cooperation between us and the Chileans. The reason the Blue Island Coalition is here is a bargain. Have you ever heard of the Green Scarabaeus, the idol of Morala? The goddess of Chile, yes. The Scarabaeus is made of a very rare gem that makes it one of the most valuable jewels in the civilized world. Well, as you might have figured, it was originally a Chilean who possessed it. Ralius Davul, to be precise, the founder of the Blue Island Coalition himself, and at that time, one of the richest men on Ven. Yes, I will spare you the details of how that came to be, but be assured that it was the result of hard and path-abiding work, something that is foreign to those dark-skinned cutthroats. However, the Blue Island Coalition contacted us about 6 moons ago, shortly after the Chilean Civil War was over. They want to buy the idol from us. A big one. Let's leave it at that. It is. To be honest, if circumstances were different, I would have never agreed. The fact that the Chileans, in all their greed, were forced to sell the symbol of their own goddess is almost an allegory for the way of living. But I suppose you also know that our country, Enderal, has seen better times. And, of course, all those unfortunate developments in the past years have affected the sickle too. And before you ask, it is not as if we have to fear for our existence. But there are certain expenses we simply have to cover. In other words, we need the money. Yes. Have you ever been to the Undercity? The house of the apothecary? The pest house, as it is lovingly called. The sickle maintains it. And with the current economical situation, we might be forced to shut it down soon. We do our duty. That the sickle respects the righteous path is not just some dull phrase. And from this day, this land shall be your new home, and the threads of which Enderal's future shall be woven rest in your hands. Book 12, verse 93. Being of righteous path also means taking responsibility for society as a whole. Rhoda certainly helped me see the Undercity with different eyes, yes. But that's not all. Yes. You are. It was foolish. But we thought a regular caravan would be less likely to draw attention. It was a mistake. I'm responsible for many good men and women that are now dead, including Rhodas. But be that as it may, we owe it to them to find the one who did this. And if the Blue Island Coalition really is behind it, then... You're right, but we have to be sure. Correct. We have to reconstruct the poison, and that's why I need you. It's called Dural Van, and it's made of 3 substances: Netherland thistles, dust maggot stingers, and dawnflower extract. According to the apothecarius, the thistles can be found in Golden Forest, and the stingers anywhere in the Powder Desert. Dawnflowers don't grow in Enderal, so you might have to try your luck with one of the traveling merchants in Duneville. Here, this should cover your expenses. And you have my word. If you help the sickle in this matter, your reward will be generous. That's an admirable attitude. Here's a list of the ingredients. This should be self-evident, but still, not a single word to the Chileans, understood? Rash accusations without any evidence to back it up could prove, disastrous. Good luck, Protector. What about him? By relationship? What do you mean by that? Substitute son? By the righteous path, you say what is on your mind, I'll give you that. But truth be told, it's a welcome change from all those bootlickers who I usually deal with. Rhodas, he, You know, if I take a look at this world as it is these days, I see so many things going wrong. Hardly anyone still respects the righteous path, save for the usual verbiage. And for some reason, They all believe they deserve a good life without having to work for it. When I grew up, it was different. Yes, I was born a sublime, but I grew up knowing that our entire life is a trial. Walking the righteous path, it is a struggle, and it requires effort and discipline. Rhodas saw that. He kept on going despite his fate. In a way, he was the living proof that virtue and true path abidingness are not tied to condition, so to speak. But that doesn't mean I treated him any differently, and he would not have expected me to either. Whoever hired these sellswords will pay, no matter the price. Yes?
Walk blessed.
Sir?
Oh, you're not from around here, are you? I thought I heard an accent there. The Dark Valley. It's, as the name suggests, a valley, a few miles north of the Whispering Wood. Not a place I would recommend you visit based on its history, and all the people who've been killed there. Nowadays, with the Red Madness, it's even worse. The place is practically swarming with lost ones. Well, I'm not a chronicler, but there was this riot in Ark, somewhere around 7288. It was led by a woman from the Undercity, Kilana Hammerfist, and she and her rebels had their camp in that valley. In 7290, the Order wiped them out. It was a massacre, and up to this day the valley's still littered with bones. My mother always had a liking for this story, which is probably part of why she built her hut there. Strange? Yeah, but that's how she is.
You're the one who solved the murder, ain't ya? Good work. Without you, that goddamn witch would still be out there killing people.
You just gotta kick their asses from time to time. That's just how it is. Hey, want something to drink? Be careful outside. They've said a sandstorm is coming pretty soon.
Huh? Dawnflower extract? Yes, I do indeed. It's a rarity these days, however. 110 pennies a vial. No negotiating. Perfect. A pleasure to do business with you.
Good evening.
Can I help?
What bless it, myself.
Now look at that. If it isn't my new friend. What brings you here? Have you also been granted an audience by the most pleasant living person in the civilized world? Well, certainly not the fabled king of old Aranath. But yes, after 3 days of keeping me waiting, the great DeLorean has finally deigned to see me. I suppose I should feel honored. What brings you here? More errands? Oh, really? Fill me in. Wait a second. What? I see.
What bless it, myself.
What? You miserable, two-faced bastard! Don't you have any respect?
I could ask you the same thing.
I just had a talk with your esteemed protector over here. Have I heard correctly that you seriously believe we have something to do with the ambush on your caravan?
We will talk about this later. And no, my Dame O'Nalis. What I believe is that there have been a series of peculiar coincidences, which we are investigating. No more, no less.
Peculiar coincidences. I see. As peculiar as the fact that you coincidentally forgot to inform us that the Scarabaeus has been stolen by a bunch of bandits?
Leave. Now.
The Blue Islands Coalition will learn of this accusation. Be sure of that.
One word. Why? Listen to me. You have free will, and I respect that. But if you want to continue working for the Sickle, you will promise me here and now that something like this will never happen again. Else we part ways, understood? Obviously, the years have made me soft. It was a mistake to trust you. Give me the ingredients for the poison and you'll get your pay. Then we're done. That is, if you're not planning to cheat me on that agreement too. As you wish. There are other ways. Now get out of here. Your contract with the Sickle is hereby nullified. Maybe that Chilean whore has work for you. You two seem to be getting along just perfectly.
What bless it, myself.
Now look at... Have you also been granted an audience by the most pleasant living person in the city? I feel for you. Nice to see, however, that your travels have brought you into warmer regions of this country too. I miss the sun and beaches of Chile. I really do. We all have our secrets, don't we? Now, off you go to your master. I've heard he doesn't like his pets to keep him waiting.
What bless it, myself.
Yes? Wonderful. I've not been idle in the meantime either. Another protector provided me with some information on this Dijon. And as little as I like to say this, the odds that the Kalayans really are behind the ambush get more likely by the minute. As I said, we need to be sure. First, we need to wait for the report from the apothecarius. Then...
You miserable, two-faced bastard! Don't you have any respect?
I could ask you the same thing.
Have I heard correctly that you seriously believe we had something to do with the ambush on your caravan?
What I believe is that there have been a series of peculiar coincidences, which we are investigating. No more, no less.
Peculiar coincidences. I see. As peculiar as the fact that you coincidentally forgot to inform us that the Scarabaeus has been stolen by a bunch of bandits?
Leave. Now.
The Blue Islands Coalition will learn of this accusation. Be sure of that. And you. You are no better. Bloody liars, all of you.
Irreverent wench. She must have eavesdropped. Kalayans like to do that. How does the saying go? Those who've lost the path shout the loudest. If there were nothing to our assumptions, she would have stayed calm. But still, we need to know for certain. The question is when. I assume Onalis will contact them by letter. But even if she hires a Myrid courier to carry it, it will be days until the Kalayans get it. Until then, we won't know for sure. Here's your pay. You will hear from me once there's news. Yes?
Now get lost before I lose it! Now get lost before I lose it!
The light fades away at the end of
Yes?
the day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now get lost before I lose it!
Greetings.
Men they were, as they set out to fight.
Yes?
For their country's foreign land. He bid her
The best wine in all of Enderal. Come, give it a... Hello. Well then, you've come to the right place. The finest music to my ears. If you need anything else, drink some stew, just let me know.
Malfest.
Returning victory, they marched up. The banners in the sky and teardrops. We're running from a rise. Yeah. Chief, if only I believe time will bring. That's just how him safely back to me when the red moon casts its light. Here's goes
That's how it is. Life is what you make of it.
My sir, I have a letter for you. A young woman, but I don't know her name. I'm sorry. Now excuse me, I have another delivery. Walk blessed.
What's the point? You just have to live with it.
Oh well.
Yeah?